Let's get right into it.
Fucking A.
Cheeto Santino.
Yes, sir.
The
Hi.
Red Rocket is in
That's
the
right.
building. What's going on, man?
I'm good, man. I feel good. It's nice and crisp in New York City. I like it. I really
one
love
way
it.
to describe it.
I like it, dude.
You like it? Thank God. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm one of the only people on the planet who like it here.
City
Well, the only
sucks.
people who live here and like it.
Yeah. Well, I live in
Everyone
LA,
here
so
bitches
I have to put up with nice weather all the time. I put up with it because I don't. It's fine.
See,
You get over it at some point, man. You get tired. You get like, I get it. At some point, I'm like, I know the sun's out. I know. I'm aware.
that's what I'm thinking because you're a Chicago guy, right?
yeah.
So like I know it sounds like bullshit where it's like the seasons and stuff like that, but like I went to school in Florida and I fucking hated the shit out of it.
Where'd you go? Florida State?
Exactly.
Yeah, you look like a Florida State guy. Yeah. Well, there is no. Is there any prestigious schools in Florida? What's down there?
Yeah. Also, like you went to Tallahassee, dude.
Yeah.
You know, if you're on like South Beach, it's probably a little different.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe I don't know. It was me. I just hated wearing the same clothes every day, like fucking frat polo and a pair of fucking short shorts.
Well, you could have changed it up. You just liked frat polos and short shorts.
I mean, yeah.
And croquis. They wear croquis.
Oh yeah, I had croquis.
And
Costa Del Mars.
what? Yeah. What's the shoes? Not boat shoes. What are they called? Is that they called
Sperry.
Sperry. Yeah, those are so
You
stupid.
fucking walked in here 30 seconds.
Top to bottom. You
I
nailed it.
hate those shoes. Do you have those shoes?
I don't anymore.
Those are loser shoes.
They're awful.
I see
Awful.
kids.
And they're not like comfortable. They're
No,
there's
they're trash.
abuse to them
They're
at all.
trash.
Good.
They're trash.
They
in
smell 'cause
college,
you always
I
wear them without
definitely wore 'em,
socks.
But I have long past my.
Why did you wear them? You think because everybody else wore them?
Yeah, I was trying
Isn't
to
that
fit
so
in.
sad about college?
Yeah,
You got to wear what other people have to wear to
there
be.
was like I would show up to like tailgates and I wouldn't wear frat stuff to that. And they'd be
That
like,
surprises me that you did that because you don't do that now.
It
dress
wasn't-
as, like,
Were you in a
very
frat?
uniquely
Yeah.
now.
What frat were you in?
Pike.
Pike PKE, bro.
Yeah,
Where did you go to
Chug
school?
it.
Pike Kappa Alpha.
Chug it, dude.
Go.
Put it in your butt, or you're not one of us. I went to Arizona State.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, same
That's
thing, same
sick.
attitude, same idea of party, barely going to college, same
Yeah.
nonsense.
Oh, I did go to class literally.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised at all. I mean, like the LA life and the Arizona State life does not work for our type of people. Our complexion.
I know, but I'm
you know,
half
you're
Italian, so it doesn't really bother me
Really?
as much as it's
Yeah, I guess
supposed
the
to.
Santino part
Something
shines
about it, I don't burn as much as one would think I should burn. I should burn, but I
yeah,
don't really.
I figured you were like. You know.
I burn if I golf and I don't put on any sunscreen 4 hours in the sun, I'll get red. My neck will get red. But if I just throw on a little bit of sunscreen in the morning, I'm
fucking
fine.
burn either though.
Yeah, I know.
I think that I don't really burn either. I think we're all beating stereotypes here.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
are of ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm tired of this.
We're just
stereo. We
breaking
need to
the
shut it
mold.
down. Yeah.
Break
We'll go
the
sit in
glass
the sun
ceiling.
for 3 days. I'm not burning.
Yeah, I don't even like really put on sunblock. I'm probably gonna get canceled.
You
or
should. No,
whatever.
you should.
Yeah,
You should a little bit.
definitely
Yeah, you should. You should. When you put makeup on in the morning, just put some makeup
Yeah,
on. Put
that's
some
another
sunblock
thing.
on.
We
Are
were
you
talking
a
about
makeup
doing that.
guy?
No, I'm not a
gonna start
makeup
doing
guy.
Would you be a makeup guy?
No.
Why not?
No.
You can make your face not ugly.
No,
sign
it's
me
not
up.
for me. I already look handsome. These cameras are picking
You
it up.
actually are. You got to be one of the more handsome gingers on the planet.
Yeah, probably the one.
Right?
And you're a halfie.
I'm
You're like
happy. I describe mine as like
mud blood or whatever.
I'm like a Prince Harry.
Oh,
Yeah.
are you?
He's
Is
got
that how you
Yeah.
describe
Well,
yourself?
it's not my
A
facial
Prince
feature,
Harry.
but my hair color. I don't think that's too braggadocious to be like, I have a similar color hair to that man.
He's
I'm a
he's
Prince
okay
Harry.
looking. He's not bad.
He's all right.
He landed though. Talk about hitting
Yeah,
out of his.
my
He kicked outkicked his coverage so much. But actually, who knows? She could be terrible. We know nothing about her.
Yeah, all I see is like her videos where she's always crying. And
Yeah, I feel
and
like.
I get it because like the whole country just hates her.
Yeah,
She
that guy,
did that to
he-
herself.
yeah,
But
how?
Can you imagine
You
his
when you
want to
line up with but when you line up with royalty, that's your fault.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Those
that's true.
people are fake
Like,
fault
did she
people.
think that it was gonna go well? The
Yeah,
American
it's
who's
also
been
too, like,
divorced
she was
and
already a
shit.
celebrity. Like,
You know
yeah.
who
She
you're.
always
You
was,
know
like-
what you're getting into. Are you guys single? Are you single?
I'm just getting out of a divorce.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Are you single?
No.
Okay, so when you're single, all my single friends, they talk about like dating a Raya and all these dating apps and all this stuff, and
Denied me.
right. But they talk about it and they say like, oh yeah, there's 2 kinds of women you can date online. When you see the girl that does every photo of herself online and she curates her Instagram for certain colors, you know who the fuck you're dating.
Yeah.
Okay? Just and then when there's the girl who's the party animal online that's blacked out all the time, she's wearing costumes a lot, she's
It's not Halloween.
no,
but she's
yeah,
dressing up
she
for
loves
some reason.
escape rooms, like so like who you're
Describing
dating.
Casey.
You know who you're dating. Yeah.
Casey told me that she's been to 5 escape rooms.
You know,
We got one of
but you
those.
know who you're dating, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same way with when I don't feel any sympathy for people that like get into fame and royalty dating because you know what the fuck.
And then marriage, like
you're
you
not
dated him this whole
blindsided
time.
by that.
Yeah, it
You
wasn't
know
like-
what the fuck goes on
It wasn't
over
like
there.
the day you married him was the first
Yeah,
time you
they
experienced that.
killed
You had
Princess
years.
Diana, dude. They killed her because she had too much fun. She wanted to get piped on the side. She wanted some side tickets, so they murder her in a tunnel. Fuck the British family. They're the worst people on earth. They can all burn. Quote me on it. Put that in the paper. TMZ tried to fuck with us the other day because I was out here shooting for. We're doing the show for FX with Little Dicky, and TMZ showed up because they knew we were at the Breakfast Club. Because there's always a rat, by the way. There's always a rat that's gonna snitch and say, you know who just walked in the building. You know, it's a bellhop, a bad guy, something like that. Like, I get it. They want to make a couple of bucks, but it's annoying that people know where you are in New York because New York is accessible. LA's nice because it's hard to get to places.
Yeah, even if you know where someone is, like,
God,
gonna
it's
take me an hour and a
impossible.
half
It's
to drive
beautiful.
there.
They can't get there. But we walked out of this building, and this TMZ guy was trying to get Dickie on some bullshit. And the worst part about those people that I hate these people is because the questions are not fun or relevant. He was like, what do you think about Taylor Swift and what's going on with Scooter as his manager, Scooter Braun? Well, he doesn't give a shit.
Right.
Like, that's not his, he doesn't care about that. That's their business. And they try to like bury him they lead you into nonsense. They're like, oh, so you don't care at all? So you don't care at all?
Headlines.
Yeah.
Little Dicky doesn't care about Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I've
music.
never seen like one of those go down live.
It's
That's
it's
interesting.
bullshit. I see it all the time, and they're terrible people, bro. They're rats. They're rats with cameras. They're everywhere. They shit and piss on your fun. They're bad people. I don't like any of that. Any of those people that make money trying to like bait you into saying the wrong thing are fucking bad human beings. Because they're just trying to set you up to lose. You know?
We had Brian Austin Green on here probably a little while ago, and he's a fucking cool ass dude. But he was talking about how he kind of him and like Megan Fox started dating like right when TMZ was kind of becoming TMZ.
Right.
And he's like they were the hot couple, so they were like, getting followed everywhere. He's like, I tried to beat up like 5 of them.
I would,
Yeah.
I would do that
That
all the
doesn't
time.
happen all the time.
I think I would snap.
Yeah, you
I mean,
would.
I
You'd
know
be the guy
you
that pushes
can't,
one
but,
into
like,
traffic.
I'd take the camera, I'd smash it, the whole 9.
I'd pretend like I'm helping him. I'd be like, whoa, hold on. And just throw him right in front of a cab. Dude, he was slipping on the curb. I tried to hold him. I couldn't. Yeah, he got hit by a cab. Fuck him.
And no, you know what? No jury would convict.
No,
It'd be,
why?
like, good.
Any logical group of people would know that that's not okay, but it's totally legal. You know that, right?
Yeah.
They can film anybody in
know,
public.
I know,
You
it's
go right up to
fucked.
them with the camera. You can follow them as long
Say
as they're
whatever
in
you want.
public. You can do whatever you want on camera.
I remember when what's her name from Sarah Marshall, Dax Shepard's wife,
I know Kristen Bell.
Kristen Bell.
Yeah.
When her and Dax were like, "Can you just not take pictures of our children, our babies?" And they're
Yeah.
like, "Nah, that sells." And they're like, "They're not celebrities. Please don't take pictures of our children."
It's fucked.
They're like,
That
"Nah, fuck that. We don't
but
give
here's
a
the
shit."
other side of that coin, and I'll be very honest about this, right? Like people say that shit in LA when they're like, "Oh, I'm just trying to live," and da da da. It's like if you want to really get away from it, you can.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Is like, you know, I have friends that are famous enough to get annoyed. I'm not. I don't get bothered. I'm not famous like that. But so like I hang out with some of those guys and I see them deal with it. But like
You can go to certain
there's
places,
ways where you
go
don't
to-
where you
yeah.
can get away from stuff. You know,
Right. Sure.
like I have people that never make it into that world and they're super famous, but they know how to get rid of it. You know what I mean? They know how to like, or they don't live in fucking LA.
Right.
You don't have to live in
Well,
LA.
Once you make
Yeah.
it, get the fuck out of there, right?
Yeah, but you know, but
You gotta
but
be there for the business.
it's
side of
nice.
things.
It's just nice to
Yeah.
be it's convenient. It's a
Yeah,
more
yeah,
you know
yeah.
like if it was up to me, I'd live up where if I could have it my way, I'd live like up outside Santa Barbara, like where Oprah lives. You know, I'd live up there. What's the name of her town? Not Carmel. Is it Carmel?
Oprah Town.
Yeah,
I mean,
Oprah Town.
like
Yeah,
our
it's
own
hers.
fucking-
Oprah City. Oprahville. Yeah. Outside of Santa Barbara, I love it because it's further enough away from LA where you don't really get LA, but it's the exact same beach, chill, Southern California.
And no poor people, which is huge.
Thank God.
we just
Make
got
me
back from
sick.
Philly.
Yeah.
We were surrounded by them.
Philly's an interesting city. I can't really figure out Philly. I mean, I also like I have this weird distaste for a lot of Philly sports just because I'm from Chicago. So I have this weird like I don't like any of their stuff.
Yeah, of course.
But it's
Only
also
natural.
the city doesn't really give me. I don't get it. I don't get it.
We-
I get New York. I get Boston.
There's just not much
Tell me, Philly.
New York.
Give
New
me
York
Philly.
is like
Cheesesteaks?
That's it.
It's cheesesteaks, but like I never really been.
Cheesesteaks and Percocet. That's it.
Yeah.
My drug dealer not drug dealer. My cabbie was a drug dealer last night. Like he made a drug deal.
You could have just said my drug deal. It was yours. Why are you trying to lie? Like they don't know.
He handed it to me.
Are all drug dealers are from Philly, or they lived in Philly at some point.
Full bottle Perk 30s. Just like, here you go. I was like, dude, can we just get to the punchline real quick, please?
Are you taking cabs? You're still taking cabs?
I'm a cab guy. If there's a cab line at my place, I'm a cab guy. So we were at a hotel. There's a cab stand outside.
Can't do it.
Really? Why?
Can't do it. I don't support those guys. They're all mean and rude, and they smell and they're angry.
You are a man of principle.
It's
huh,
not my
Santino?
fault. It's not my fault that your life is shit. Don't take it out on me.
Yeah.
I don't need to.
It's
the
not
cabs.
my fault. You fucking put your life savings in a cab medallion.
Your
and then
fault.
2 months later,
Your fault.
Uber
Hey,
happens.
your fault.
Yeah.
Did you invest in Laserdisc? Your fault. I don't feel sympathy for people that made mistakes. Look, because no one's gonna feel bad for me when I fuck up.
Right.
You know, when we all fuck up, the only people that you have are people that really care about you. The rest of the world doesn't need to give a shit about you.
That's
Right.
what we were
So it's
saying
not
with
my
all this,
problem.
Like the Deadspin stuff and Sports Illustrated's kind of gone under, and they
Oh,
were putting
every
out,
time
like,
in the blog
Yeah.
world, every time a media company lays some people off, it's a massive.
it's like, here's
funeral
our
for
Venmo.
everybody.
We're trying to get some beers to like drown our sorrows. Like, dude, you had a dream job that like now you're asking these people for money.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Pay your bar tab.
I feel bad for
Shut
people
up.
that come on real hard times, like real hard times. And I shouldn't say, I'm sure some of the cabbies are coming on hard times, I'm sure, because of what's going on. But also, I don't know. I don't know. They always are mean. Every time I come to New York, they're angry. It's not like that in Chicago. It's just different. The cabs in Chicago are a
Pretty much
little bit
everybody
different.
here is gonna be angry.
It's just, but the cabbies especially have just an attitude, and it always smells like they just finished a meal. It's like, I get it, but I don't need it. I can just get in some guy's Honda Civic and
and they're always talking on. I always think that like the worst job in the world would be being the friend of a professional cab driver.
oh yeah.
Because they're talking
Who
to
were
someone
you
all
talking
day.
to?
Either someone who owns a bodega or someone who is a cabbie. 99% of the time you walk in there, is on the phone.
Yeah, they love conversation, man.
It's
This-
the
I-
worst.
they- yeah,
Was-
they
was
should
it
be
you
public
the other day
speakers.
Who had a female cabbie?
No.
Somebody here had a female cabbie, and like
That's
They were
impossible.
like, "That's the story." They're like, "I had
Yeah.
a female cabbie," and I was like, "That's it. I had a female cabbie."
They were in the Matrix. That
And
didn't make any sense.
It wasn't even an Uber. It was like a fucking yellow cab woman.
Every time you get in a cab, and there was like, redhead, you're like, oh no! They're going to tag me the moment I get out, you know? Every time I have this weird, like, who are they talking to and what are they talking about? Like, what if I'm the ride? What if I'm the one? We're like, we got the sheep. We're going to sacrifice this guy. We're going to take him to the fucking warehouse in Queens and fucking kill him. I could be that guy. I think about that every time. That's why I'm either in the Uber, because they're tracking me in a fucking Uber.
Yeah.
They know, so my parents know where they killed me, you know?
They'll find the body.
Or I'm on the train and there's a million people on the train. So it's hard. It'd be hard to get kidnapped and killed on the train.
I always think all the time about how easy it would be to do it, like a terrorist attack on the subway, though. Like,
Oh,
bam,
yeah.
you killed like
Yeah.
1,000 people in a heartbeat.
Yeah, you got something brewing?
Like, yeah, I mean, maybe. You know, I'm under a little bit of
Yeah,
stress right
it's
now.
like the
you
third
know?
time Kevin's brought it up. I think
Yeah.
It's just like you do one of those like.
The L train been bugging you the last couple of weeks?
You could kill like 1,000 people with a shitty bomb.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be
you
one
could.
of those things like once a suicide happens, like oof, the signs
Saw
are out
coming.
there.
Yeah,
Like,
we knew.
Kevin,
I put this on record.
He was doing like the little breadcrumbs for
Every
it.
3 weeks, I talk about it, guys. There's a reason why.
Yeah, I was just going to say, has this been a constant theme for you?
All the time.
I
I also almost got shoved into the fucking tracks like 2 months ago, and so I've just been thinking about a lot of subway
really?
violence. Yeah, I was
By a
walking
homeless guy?
by like a down on his luck guy. He wasn't fully homeless, but what
Sure.
was funny is he was wearing some of our gear.
Oh, really? Well,
So-
wow, he was a fan then.
So we were like, I was walking on like the yellow line, and I was trying to get down, and he was coming on the other direction on the yellow line, and I was like, well, someone's gonna have to move here.
Yeah.
And he just kind of did like a fucking fake out, like pretend to grab me thing, and I was like, "Duh!" And I was like, you motherfucker, and I just like kept it moving, but I was like. Then I started thinking all about subway.
Then you start
violence.
protecting yourself a little bit when you go down there.
Like,
Bring that
knife
gun
out,
that you
get the
got.
yeah, just
Bring those guns that you got. Just hold them out and just wait for the train
Spray
like
the
that.
crowd?
Yeah, come push me now. See what happens. I just I'm always keen and aware when I'm walking around any city that I'm always like, you could be a sucker at any minute if someone freaks out, because in LA they had this report come out that I've talked about this too much the past week, but I can't stop reading this article. 9,000 attacks from mentally disturbed people, like homeless and mentally disturbed people in New York. 9,000 last year, and this year it's almost double.
Really?
Attacks on just regular people.
Just in LA, or is that
That's in LA, dude. That's in LA.
Just like mugging.
There's a lot of homelessness in LA that don't get taken care of. They treat them like shit, and so they shove them to a place, right? They get mad. They're not getting the drugs that they need, whether it's real drugs or like medication. They lose it. Some dude dumped a bucket of diarrhea on someone.
Yes, I saw that.
LA, baby.
Vile, man.
Yeah, man, but weird shit happens all the time.
vile.
On Hollywood Boulevard, they grab and punch and slap tourists all the time because they're angry. They don't, the cops have fucked them off so much, they're ready to kill.
Yeah.
Like they want to kill because jail is better than street. Because they'll get food and somewhere to be. So at some point, they don't care.
We had that guy last year who was attacking people with a hammer. Remember that?
That's cool, though.
He
That's a
running
good
around
horror
with a
story.
hammer and they fucking
Was he
shot him.
hitting people? He was.
Yeah, well, I think he was trying to. I don't know if he connected on anybody.
That's like what's his name hitting people with his helmet. What's that kid's name?
Miles Garrett.
Yeah, Garrett. Yeah. Is that it for him forever?
No,
he'll
he'll
be
be
back.
playing again this year.
Yeah.
This year, you think?
Yeah,
They
he's
got
appealing-
mad
he's
at him,
appealing
huh?
Right now, and the internet got mad.
The
but
reaction was funny. Send him to jail.
It wasn't even that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
It could have been worse.
Yeah, I know, but it
was
wasn't.
a dangerous thing where like
The intent and the potential was crazy.
Right,
But
but-
Some of these
I
guys
guess-
punch their wives in the face. That wasn't even that bad. That hitting somebody with a helmet isn't the end of the world.
I think hitting someone with the helmet is less dangerous than throwing a 100-mile fastball at somebody.
yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
Like,
Yeah.
people like put.
Could
I
actually
bet
kill
the
somebody.
Venn diagram is a circle of the people who are like put Miles in jail, and also, well, if you didn't want to get beamed, you shouldn't have shown up on a home run.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Right,
the-
right.
Totally
that's-
okay with that unwritten
throwing
rule.
a fucking fastball at someoone's head is way more
like
dangerous than
firing
hitting
a-
someone
and
with
it's
a helmet.
and it's allowed.
Yeah,
And it's promoted.
It's
The umps are
encouraged,
like, okay, you get one. You get to try once to ruin this guy's family. You don't get two shots. This is it, dude. Yeah. Yeah, baseball, that's why I do love baseball, because baseball has a bunch of these innocuous rules that don't really mean much, right? Like, we have baseball has a lot of nonsense.
The unwritten rules.
Yes, it's a beautiful kind of like understanding between everybody. You're allowed to check people down.
It polices itself.
It's kind of nice, and the
Yeah,
umps should stay out as much as they can. I think like you let these guys do like with football. I get it. You have to keep some kind of peace because you have these dudes that are trying to murder each other, so you have to keep peace. But at some point when these accidents happen, are you really surprised? Are you
That's what I was
blown
saying.
away that
I am-
these guys are angry? Like
I mean,
I think it should happen more often. They're
it
on
should.
steroids. They have adrenaline coursing through their veins because they're trying to kill each other, quite literally out there.
$4
They're
billion
trying to commit. They're committing things. They're doing things to each other that are attempted manslaughter.
That's
if you
what
did
was
to a
funny.
random guy on the street,
Everyone
just
was
like
like-
a 400-pound person picks someone up and slams him to the ground. Like, you tried to kill him, man.
Right.
Everybody
That's
was
what
like,
happened.
"There's no place for this in the game. Now let's get back to football where we smash each other's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
heads."
yeah,
That is the same goddamn thing.
try to break his neck this time,
Right.
but
Stay away
with
from the
pads on.
head.
Wear pads, then try to kill him. I know. Well, they let you fight, which I've always loved because I'm an NHL fan. But like, I understand people got mad for a long time at the fights because they were saying like it was causing too much breakage in time, like it was ruining the game's pace and speed, and it was unnecessary. And at some point, people got like unnerved, and then it slowed down, and then people wanted it again.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I mean, as a casual fan, I like love it.
Everybody
So I can
wants a
understand
fight once in a while.
Yeah.
But the fight is tempered by the fact that they're on ice, so I understand that. So let football players fight, but like make it hard for them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, make it
usually
difficult.
They have their helmets on and they fucking punch each other. in
But
the
let
head
them
and
take the
stupid
helmets
shit.
off and toe up for a
Square up,
second.
let's
Yeah,
go.
but
Get the
make
aggression
a
out that
challenge. Make hot coals. They have to fight on hot coals. You know what I mean? Like, go to the hot coal pit. You guys get to fight on the sideline for 3 seconds and slug it out. That way they're distracted because on ice it's hard to fight.
Right.
That's why those guys. That's why they're okay with it. If it was on the ground and they had to fight, like a lacrosse take off your helmet fight, brutal. You'd see someone guy get murdered. You know what I mean? But the ice is a great mediator because no one gets good. Most people can't get that good of a shot in on ice.
Unless
It's
there's
real
Nano
hard.
Chara, in which
Yeah.
case you're just
Yeah,
fucking
and some guys are brilliant at it, right? And
And
avoid
also, If
them.
you're getting your ass kicked, it's very easy to just fall.
Fall.
down and then
that's
it's
the
over.
unwritten rule of
Yeah.
like, look, you don't hit each other when they're on the ground.
Right.
Once someone's down, they're down.
And the refs know. They know when it's over. They know who's going to get clipped. I mean, they already
love
set it
that
up.
When they just kind of, they both are like, dude, I'm fucking gassed. And they kind of just like hug and the refs come in. Like, all right,
good.
If you guys aren't going to
But
try to
that's-
make it to the bleed, go to the
like
box.
good scrap.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, all right, and you're good.
I think that's the best part about that game is that there's a respect for it. That it's like we're gonna fight, but when it's over, we got to still play hockey.
Right.
Football is tough to do. When there's one scrum, it doesn't stop. Then the whole
Right, the
game
whole
is like
game's
aggressive.
throwing flags
Yeah.
everywhere,
So
yeah.
let them get on that hot coal fight, baby. Let them get on that hot coal fight.
They're like there are, or at least it used to happen. There would be the occasional hockey game that just turned into a melee. But there it is now. There was a viral clip maybe last year. I forget who it was, but it was just like the two guys in the box yelling at each other, just like, "Hey man, that's a hell of a scrap." It's like, yeah, dude, you threw a couple
Yeah.
good ones there.
Yeah.
And, like,
Good
that's
fight,
fucking-
eh?
Yeah.
That's honestly the
Trading
hockey-
teeth, throwing it over the glass.
The hockey world is the best for that.
Yeah.
They're all just like dopey goons who are just like having a good time.
Did you ever see that movie Goon?
No.
Yeah.
Great film, dude. If you like hockey,
Sean
Sean William
Scott.
Scott, probably one of the best hockey movies I've ever seen, and it never got pushed or promoted. It became kind of a cult classic if you're a hockey fan. But
Sean William Scott, Liev Schreiber.
he's awesome, dude. I think Sean William Scott is so underrated in that movie. He's so good, and people just didn't. Studios do that where they throw it away. That they're like, I don't think it's gonna get any like public acclaim.
So you don't get
they just throw in the
publicity
trash.
or anything? Yeah.
But that happened in most movies that I love. Do you know what I mean? Like, dude, Caddyshack was a flop. Nobody gave a shit about Caddyshack when it came out, before my time. But like, the cult classic of it that we understood was like, oh, I thought it was famous. My old man was like, no, it wasn't.
Nobody
Not even a
liked
little
it.
bit.
Yeah.
It got ripped to shreds. They hated it. Critics, critics who are clowns anyway, the losers, but they ripped it to shreds.
Every single movie that I love is crushed by critics on Rotten Tomatoes and audience score.
I can't. Well,
You know what I mean?
Oh, they
That's
said
when I
Dave
see the
Chappelle's special
difference.
wasn't funny. Yeah. Oh, so they're keen on what's going on in the world. I've said this on everywhere I've ever been. Critics, every single one of them can eat my ass. All of them. For my whole career, eat my whole ass. You mean nothing to me. Do the art, and then we'll have a conversation. You know who can criticize me? Someone that
Other
I look
people.
up to. That's in my business.
Other peers.
If Chris Rock wants to come up to me and talk shit about my act, I'll listen to every word, take notes, and let that hit me hard when I walk home. Yeah. Some guy that writes from some building somewhere, who gets a paycheck and is eating Jimmy John's at his desk while he talks shit about my act. There's no fucks to give about that human being.
I think that's a hard. I think it's an important level to get to, and it's not even like a professional level. It's like a personal. It's
a life level. Yeah.
Being like, okay, I don't care what random people say. It's really hard because you do care, but it's the ability to just not look at it. Like, it is, like I've always said, like if Kevin wants to talk about me and like, hey, this is what you're not doing well at work, I'd fucking listen in a heartbeat.
Right.
And not most of my peers here anymore, but there are probably 7 people here who I'd be like, okay, this is an important note to take. But everything else, it's just like, dude.
I'd listen to a fan more than I listen to a critic.
Would you?
Yeah, because fans interaction, I give a shit about the people that are trying to enjoy my shit with me. That's half of the fun for me doing podcasts and stand up is interacting with these people that I want to connect with on a comedic level. If you get my humor, let's have fun with it. If you want to have a conversation about something you would disagree with, yeah, I mean, maybe I can entertain it depending on my level of interest. You know what I mean? But I care less about people that have no interest in me as a human being other than criticizing
their material.
Yeah, what the fuck? That's insane.
Do you feel you have to play the game at all, though? I mean, clearly you're not. But are there people who are like, listen,
I play a game of like, if I do the FX TV show, and we're doing the show, it comes out in March. If they want me to do some press stuff, I'll go do some press stuff. But it's on my number. Like, it's the way I want to do it. Like, I'm not going to fake it.
When you say like, eat my whole ass, are you now worried that there's going to be some critic being like, oh yeah, well fuck you, I'm going to crush your shit,
hey,
put it in the paper, whatever it is.
Give me 0 stars, critic, and then I'll be
care.
Peter Luger, and I'll get twice as many customers the same day that you said I suck. Like,
yeah, that's true.
They wrote shit about him, them in the New York Times or whatever, and then. All that was I almost think that was divisive by Luger. That was like, give us the worst review of all time.
Right, let's go viral.
Yeah, because look at how many people now are talking about it. Rogan talked about it on his show. It's all over the news. People are lining up again to go back there. It's like, no matter, I hate the phrase that no press is bad press, but at some degree, middle press is bad press, right? Like, if you give you a 3 out of 5, it's like, yeah, it was okay, it wasn't good, it wasn't bad. That's bad.
I've always said that. We looked at our like iTunes stars for the first time like ever the other day, and it was like a lot of 5 stars, and then some 1 stars, which I get. Just
sure,
assholes,
I like
fuck
that.
these guys.
I like the 1 star.
But the people who like 3, 2,
tough.
The 2-star, I'm like, what?
That actually hurts a lot more.
Like, fuck you.
Yeah,
that means
the middle.
You listened and gave it some thought.
Right.
You weren't just like, I like it a lot, or like, no, I hate those guys. Like,
yeah.
well, I listened and it was not that funny, and I really think that they need to know it. Like,
3 is like
you.
a dinner my mom cooked me. It was always like, yeah, no, it was fine. Yeah. It's like so rude. She knows it hurts her. That hurts her feelings. You didn't like it? No, it's fine. Yeah, no, I know. I love meatloaf.
Yeah.
No, but when I say eat my ass to critics, like, I think critics know who I'm talking about. Like, even smart critics know. I'm talking about the guys that divisively go after people just to try to bury them because
there's
it makes
that
them
one
look
asshole whose job whenever there's 100% on tomatoes, he's the one guy who ruins it and shit like that. He's like known as that guy.
And look, I'm not double backing on what I said. I'm sure a lot of these people are fine, nice, hardworking people. I get it. They're just trying to have a fucking job, but they know in their business how many people bait and use clickbait and try to fuck up someone's namesake because it's going to earn them clicks. I mean, I've said this before. If Trump wasn't the guy that said fake news, if it was Obama that had coined that phrase, it would be the most respected phrase today. It's because a lot of America is like angry at Trump, so they're like, fake news. Oh yeah, everyone's a liar. It's like, yeah, a lot of news is fake, and a lot of news is fabricated. And a friend of mine is going through some nonsense that I don't want to divulge, but like he's going through some legal nonsense with his family, and the newspaper's writing awful shit about his family, and a lot of it's just not true.
Yeah.
But how could you curb that when how could you beat them at the game that they love to play. Like that's
And
they're the
control it,
best
they
at
run
it.
it, they own
yeah,
it,
they're the
you know?
best at it. So
Right.
it's a lose-lose with most journalistic either critics or these opinion pieces on their
especially-
view of you and what you're doing.
At least like with politics, there's like some issues to talk about. When you're talking about a movie or a stand-up or whatever, it's all fucking subjective. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like one guy likes it,
Chappelle's
one
special
guy
is
hates it.
proof. It's proof that
crazy.
Vice tried to jump on that train of shitting on him for some reason, which I thought was extremely odd. Because some of the trash that Vice puts out is insane. You're like, who are you guys? That's nuts, dude.
Right.
You
Glass house.
got 9 shows about mushrooms. Like you're the creative geniuses that we all need in comedy.
The
So
Chappelle stuff was you could tell it was all so forced because it lasted 2 days.
Yeah.
Like, if something
There was no
actually
legs
is
to
an
it.
issue, it'll like it has longer than a 48-hour shelf life. People
Yeah.
talk about it. It was like Chappelle's problematic, and it was like, here's our article, here's the 7 tweets we saw about it, and then everyone's
People
like,
are saying.
okay, no one really
People are
cares.
saying.
Who are
it's
the
like
people?
4 people.
Yeah. All
4
my
tweets.
friends that are a part of any community that he made fun of, they loved his shit. Okay? I have a lot of gay friends. I have people in the LGBT community, and all of them that have a sense of fucking humor enjoyed the take because it was fun and
That's
it's
what it all
comedy.
comes down to, is a sense of humor.
Yeah, I mean,
You either got one or you don't.
my the guy who plays the piano at the Comedy Store, his name's Jeff Scott. He's phenomenal. He's been there for years. He was like, he's openly gay, and he talks all the time about when comics make fun of, when they tell gay jokes or whatever. And somebody was like, "Oh, does that ever like get under your skin?" And he's like, "Well, if we fought really hard this long to be treated as equals in society, why would I not be subjected to also being made fun of just like anybody else?"
Yeah.
And I thought it was a brilliant take. I was like, "Yeah, that's right." He's like, "I'm not saying
don't
you
want
should
special
be
treatment,
You shouldn't
you
be
know?
spewing hate speech about homosexuals. You shouldn't be on stage being like, we should kill them." Yeah. But if you're making a
it's a
joke
punchline,
about it,
yeah.
and most of the time, Jeff's the first guy to laugh at that
Yeah.
stuff, like because. He's like, yeah, this is we want it to be normalized. If you wanted it to be normalized in society, anything, why
gotta
can't we
be-
all joke about it? We joke about everything else.
Right.
We
That's
joke
what
about
the,
everybody
It's gotta
else.
be funny. Funny trumps all.
Yeah, funny's fun. If it's not funny, you have to also let it go.
That was
Just
my
put it in
favorite
the air.
part of the Chappelle stuff, of the Chappelle special. At the end, when he does like the Q&A type thing.
Oh, yeah.
He was telling the story about the transvestite in Chicago, and it was like, I've read an article about you normalizing hate speech because of your jokes. Like,
Right.
why don't they say you normalize not transphobia, but be transvestites because of your comedy and making fun of us like that? And Chappelle was like, wow, I didn't think about it like that. And it is the best way to normalize something, be it homosexuality, is fucking just making jokes about it.
Well,
like everything else.
and
Not-
it
and
has
not
to be
evil
without
jokes,
ill
not
will.
mean
Yeah, it
jokes,
has to be
right,
without
yeah.
ill will because you can always tell when someone has. I was thinking about somebody in particular, but you can always tell when somebody has material
was it?
that
Say their name.
No, I don't need to associate with the person, but you can always tell when someone's doing that on purpose, when they're being a troll and there is kind of some evil behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I can, Ann Coulter says stuff because she's a troll, but I think she means a lot of it. Like,
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
It's
when
like,
she
you-
says that
you
stuff.
believe
Yeah,
that in
yeah.
your heart,
The Westboro
yeah.
Baptist Church means every single second. That ain't a joke. When they're
Right,
like, God hates fags. There is no subversiveness to it.
Right.
So like you can always tell, even if they're making like coy stances that they think are clever or cutesy, they're really being assholes.
Yeah.
There's a massive
people.
difference, and it's so obvious that if you don't see it,
It's
we
very
don't
easy.
need you around anymore.
Yeah, if you
Jump off a
can't
roof,
see that,
right? If you don't
fucking
know
kill
when someone's
yourself.
being honest
Yeah.
and honest or making an obvious joke, if you can't tell the difference, then comedy is definitely not your shit. Take up anything else. You know what I mean? This isn't going to be your saving grace of life if you can't let shit go and just feel it out. You know?
I mean, it feels like it is your saving grace with this theater tour
My
coming
favorite,
out, man.
dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm going to
Red
be
Rocket Tour.
the Red Rocket
Is
Tour.
it true that Schaub gave you that name? He
I think he
claimed
did,
credit
man.
for it.
I think he did. Well, I was on Fighter the second or third time I ever did it with just them two. I think he was saying the Red Rocket. Callan's called me a bunch of other different names, but I don't listen to the elders. But I think it was no. But I think Schaub did. I'm not really sure. It came from their fan base somewhere, one way or another. I didn't. Some guy online was like, "Oh, you can't give yourself a nickname, asshole." It's like, you think I sat around and did that? Someone did that. And also, we get artists that send us in shit, like cool, dope artists. You know, there's this group called the Comedy Content Collective. They're dope, and they send in beautiful shit to support this community. And I don't ask for it. If they do it, I'm gonna go along with it because it's fun to me. Like
Yeah.
somebody calls
That's
me
like
the Red
such an
Rocket, it's
honor
just
if you
for
have a
fun.
nickname and someone's doing art.
Yeah,
review
how
and shit like
how
that.
fun to be able to do that. So yeah, he I think Schaubers might have said it. It might have been right before the podcast I did with the girls out of here now. Call her daddy.
Yeah, that's right. You were on that
Are
one.
they here? Do they do it here?
Technically, yes. They're like they're in and out. They don't
Yeah, those
like
girls.
kinda-
I got eaten alive for the podcast they did because they talked over each other so much,
Yeah.
and the fan base ate me up and got yelled at me, and then and we're talking
Why
about
you?
Shab because I was there.
just because you were a part of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have their fan base, whether or not
They're
it's
crazy, man.
Yeah, they have a
They are
strong
a
fan base, but
phenomenon.
they also have a lot of like trolly people that still follow them. Do you know what I mean? Like they have people that like just follow them just to talk shit about
Whoever else.
what else. Yeah, which
the,
is
the
so
daddy
weird.
gang, man. They're a fucking force.
They're huge, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was before that, as I think when
forgot
he
that
did
you
that
were
shit.
on that one. That's funny.
It was
actually,
heavy.
It was.
I actually
just
wanted
like,
to kill Shab for that.
Yeah,
because I was like, you could have
these-
warned me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Well, they also. I don't know if they've done many guest appearances, so I don't know if anybody really knew kind of what
No,
they were
we
like
didn't
as
know.
guests. And so it was just like him and Shab sitting like what the fuck is going on here?
It was wild. Yeah.
And they're just like,
I feel like I was on The View with fucking on Adderall. It was just, it was unbelievable. I couldn't keep up with half of the shit they were talking about. I didn't even know. They have all the and I know who they are, and they I knew who they were. I just didn't. I didn't know the format
Didn't
that we were going to
expect.
do.
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
no idea.
Well,
but it was fun.
we were talking last night about the new sex position they're talking about. The one on
What is it?
Put it in a timeout, was it?
It's the one Marty did.
Yeah, but that like they're talking. I don't know if they invented it or whatever, but yeah.
If they're inventing, are they inventing sex positions on
Well,
that show?
well, this
Well, I would believe
or
it seems true.
popularizing at least. Like you put them on their knees in front of the wall or some shit like that. Like they have to like face the wall.
Wait a minute. The girl faces the wall like on all fours and faces the wall.
I guess so. Is how it was being described.
What is it?
I
What's
honestly
that
was
called?
like, I don't.
Timeout?
Timeout.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy was hooking up one of our guys here. So this girl said, "Put me in timeout." He was
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck?"
I would really do it. I put her in timeout and I leave the room. Sit. You're not. No. You don't get to go out tonight. You stay here.
I'll come
No
back
more
tomorrow
cell
and we'll
phone.
finish this.
No cell phone for a week. You broke the rules and you know it. Daddy's mad. I talked to them about that whole thing. The word daddy gives me the creeps, man.
I still
The
don't
creeps.
know if anybody. I mean, I think you were the first person years ago.
Like,
you might have like had
it
the
was on-
first one ever.
It was
'cause
on
I
the
think-
Blackout tour. And
Yeah.
It was like that was like 2011. And I like went home with this girl, and we were in a hotel in Connecticut, and like just we're fucking, and like she's like grabs my head and whispers like "fuck me, daddy," and I was like, I
Nah.
don't think I like this.
No, I gotta
at all.
go.
I mean,
I'm
I
going to the
still
bathroom.
don't think
I mean,
many
I-
people do it seriously. I feel like everybody's always kind of joking about it, or it's done like in an ironic manner.
It depends. I think
That was very
I
real.
think it depends on who the subject is, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're doing like actual sugar daddy shit, that probably applies.
Yeah, but that makes
like,
sense.
Yeah,
Or Puerto
Right.
Ricans. I mean, they love that kind of thing. Poppy, all that.
Poppy's
Yeah.
different than daddy.
I don't know, dude. It means the same shit.
I'm just saying, if a girl calls me Poppy, I'm like, this is great. I'm probably fucking a hot Spanish chick if she's
That's
calling me
true,
Poppy.
that's true, yeah.
If I'm
Well-
hearing daddy, it's probably just like your regular old Becky with daddy issues. You know what I mean?
I
pick Poppy
like to
over
be
daddy
called
any day.
Rojo. I want to the Rojo. El Rojo. Yeah, give me the El Rojo tag. No, yeah, I never understood that. I asked them about it. I think I was like, I wonder what, like, why was the? They told me the story, the background story, the name of the show, and then I was just
What
like,
is it?
that they were joking around about she was like, you better call her dad. Like, she came home after a one-night stand or something like that. I'm going to misquote it. I don't know. Look up their fucking show. They talk about it, I'm sure. But whatever it was like it came up naturally in conversation with one of them about calling, like, oh, call her daddy, like all that shit. And then they were saying it had double, triple meaning, but I don't think they know anyway. I think I think it just caught.
Triple
Getting
meaning.
very
Yeah.
meta with this.
I think it just caught. I think it just made sense. I think
Yeah.
for them they were like, this is
That's so funny.
Right
that
on
you were part of
brand,
that.
you know?
I
It's
totally
like,
forgot
when
about
Jordan
that.
Peele was at he popped in on a Get Out movie class at UCLA, and like just sat in the back of class, and they were like, okay, now this is what he meant here. And Jordan Peele sitting in the back of class like, fucking, I did not mean that.
The symbolism
at all.
Oh, they were
behind this
doing.
color,
They're
it's like,
analyzing the film
Yeah.
I
frame
just
by
like
frame.
the color red, dude. I don't
He's
know.
like, but if you want to give me credit, yeah, I'll start using that. Sure, that's what I meant. That was much deeper. Like,
I think that's what a lot of film is, though. Like a lot of stuff it gets interpreted by fans more so than the creators intended to have. Like I think a lot of creators put something out.
That's usually I feel like when you've like made it.
Yeah, when
Like,
they want.
a
Yeah,
show's
when
really
they give you
killing it,
credit
when
for shit
people
you didn't
start
really
to-
do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you start to pick apart everything, every color, every sound.
Tarantino is pretty good about doing everything on purpose. There's only a few guys that do things like all the time on purpose. You know what I mean? Like big like massive filmmations kind of have their little Easter eggs they put in all the time. But I think a lot of
rest
people
is just
don't.
a mistake,
yeah, a lot of people
or
it's
serendipity,
or it's
whatever.
unthought of.
Yeah,
You're just
yeah.
like. I guess.
You happen to wear.
Yeah,
that
make
same
it
color
a
every time.
vintage
I don't
table.
fucking know. Yeah.
Oh, and they're like, oh my god, you know what that table means?
Right.
This postmodernism era of da da da, and they get into these Reddit threads lose their mind.
I didn't realize that you're an actor. I mean,
I'm an actress. I'm an actress. It's gender neutral, bro. No, I started acting. I don't know what 7-8 years ago or so, because it was kind of like the next level for me. Like, as I was doing I started stand up 13 years ago, and I was just like, I wanted to.
How old are you now?
36.
So you kind of started, well, I guess not late, but I feel like a lot of people start,
No, yeah, I was
doing it as, like,
23. I was,
teenagers and shit.
22, 23 when I first started kind of
Is
getting
that
around.
a lie? Because most people would be like, I've been doing this for 30 years. I said, well, you're 40.
Yeah,
Dane
some
Cook said that,
guys.
and I was like, did you start when you were like 11?
Yeah, he was born. He came out of the womb with a mic in a hand. I think some of the I loved the idea of also having other mediums to like have fun and do comedy. So my goal was always to do stand up and also see if I could get in comedy film. And it turns out comedy film is either dead or impossible to fucking get done, because commercial comedy is just not. It doesn't happen anymore. You know what I mean? So I think I missed what would have been a wave. Commercial comedy in the sense of like theater comedy, like comedy film on the big screen. There's not a lot of comedies that come out that are accessible for non-famous names, right? Used to be able to kind of get developed into the film system.
Yeah.
Now TV is where you can go, where you can get in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But film is filled with famous people. You know what I mean? It's like, if it's gonna be a comedy and not a fucking Marvel thing, you better be famous, dude. You better be famous. So
Well, I feel like there was kind of like a formula for a little while where it was like you got in with like the Seth Rogen crew or like the Will Ferrell crew, and you were like, you get the bit character in the movie, and
then you
the
move on.
sidekick, and then you get.
It doesn't really happen as much. There's also not that many comedy. What was the last comedy you saw?
What made you think? I was like, what's he talking about? There was comedies, and now I'm thinking about it. And
Yeah, what name one that you saw? Like I did. That's
the funniest movie I've seen is.
I have no
Like
clue.
nothing.
Yeah,
I guess I've never. Really
that's
thought about that.
proof, like the burdening proof. When somebody goes, they're still making comedies, I go, where? Which one?
Yeah.
Tell me the one that knocked your socks off the last time you went. The Joker. It was like, I mean, some of it was funny when he shot him, it was hilarious. But it's just like what was out that was a true comedy. It's difficult now. You know what I mean? I don't think it happens.
It is.
Yeah, it's blowing your mind. Well, both of you are like searching deep in the.
Yeah.
No, why do I think it is?
'Cause,
Because Marvel makes money. Scorsese talked about it when he was like, film is dead. He was talking about creative storytelling is dead because he's mad about what's happening.
I think he's not a little salty in my mind.
Yeah, of course he is, dude. He's on his way out, and he's sad that they're gonna put up his number in the rafters. It's a bummer that when you, it's nobody wants to say goodnight. Jordan played for the Wizards. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
Nobody wants to say
I always
goodnight.
think that's so funny. Like if I was ever in a position, if I was ever lucky enough, athletes, movies, whatever, I would be so keenly aware of that, and I would like not want to.
You say that. You say that.
I also
think
think
once that day comes,
if you
you're
get, but I also think if you're a person who gets to that level, you're probably like hyper competitive,
100%. And you always want more and more and more.
arrogant and cocky because
It's like when someone's like, "How much money do you need?" You're like, "All of it, as much as you start making money, and then ask me that question again."
Yeah.
When you go from making a standard of living to a different standard of living, only people that are at a new level would understand why people spend money ridiculously or why people want bigger and more and better. It's a simple growth of life of like any person with any sort of capitalistic spirit
keeps going.
You're going to. It's natural.
Yeah.
That's the only movement. So it's the same way with competitiveness in sports. Those guys don't want to quit.
Yeah.
But I also think that there's a level to like I think you can make more money like if you like manage the end of your career well, I think there's like more success to be had.
LeBron.
So it can all be like, I'll take a little less now, or I'll stop maybe a little bit early because people are gonna remember me and my legacy build this way, so I can now transition into this better.
But if you're one of the greats,
fade out and you're a fucking like loser by the end, it's like, meh.
Yeah, but if you're one of the greats, they always remember your best light.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. That's I guess that's the other thing
So
too.
it
is, like,
doesn't
who
really
cares
matter
if I peter out over here because you're gonna remember my prime.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. Like Jordan playing for the Wizards. There's a great. There's a wonderful comic who used to be friends with Dean Martin and the Rack Pack, and he was talking about how like nobody really remembers Dean and or Sinatra for the latter portions of their kind of waning lifestyles and careers. They remember these beautiful moments when they are these young, handsome, perfect kind of symbolic moments in time. You don't remember when they're having the down and outs. You know what I mean? Nobody really, I mean, because of culture, they think about Fat Elvis, but Elvis for the longest time was always regarded as Elvis. But the latter half of his career was miserably sad. Right. So I think if you're a legend, you get to live on anyway. You know what I mean? Like, no one really cares.
What were you tweeting about the other day? Ken Griffey was on the White Sox, was it? It was like a team that I like completely fucking forgot Griffey ever even played for.
Yeah, it was like he was on the White Sox and there was someone else. Randy Moss was on the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, he was a Niner.
I
Yeah.
remember
What the
that.
fuck was that? When did that happen?
And like Gretzky played for a bunch of teams that I didn't even remember. It's crazy how much people know Jordan and the Wizards, but there's other greats that I totally even fucking forgot.
It happens all the time.
No one remembers Montana on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and they retire you when you retire the way you want to retire when you are a great. But I do think it's hard. Like guys like Scorsese, it's hard to be at the end of your life and career. He's an older guy. He can't go much longer health-wise. You know what I mean? It's like how much more shit do you want to put your body through before you're like, I'm tired of doing this thing. So he was upset that the film industry kind of went to the way of superhero and all that shit. I get it. He doesn't like it.
We got to get you in those Marvel movies, bro.
I don't want to do none of that shit.
Come on.
If Marvel came along and asked
I don't
you
know
to
what
cut the check, you wouldn't do it?
I would do anything for the money.
Hell yeah.
No, but it's more like I don't know. What are they don't want me in those things. I'm not good for those things. It's like I'd be out of my element. You know what I mean? Is it Deadpool makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you were playing Chris
Could I have
Pratt's
fun?
character,
Could I have fun and be funny?
You could do Star-Lord.
I don't know, man. I don't think so.
If Pratt gets hit by a bus tomorrow, you could fill that role.
Yeah, but he'd probably take the hit. He's a big boy. You know, he could probably get up and walk away. He's a big kid. I don't know. I the idea is cool, but I've talked about this before. I'm not a fantasy guy, so I don't really. Superheroes don't really mean much to me. Batman was the only guy I cared about when I was a kid.
And I'm still not, but like I go see the Marvel movies.
Never
I think
seen
they're
them.
Cool. Never seen them really.
Avengers. I don't know nothing about any of that stuff.
I was so late on it. But
It's too many
like,
famous people playing characters. I don't
Yeah.
get. It's too many famous people playing dress up in these in comic book characters and comic
So
books.
you don't watch it like Game of Thrones?
Never seen
any
one
of that?
episode.
What do you watch?
Intervention. No, no. What do I like a lot of documentaries. I like a lot of television series. You know, stuff like Fleabag or you know, like I like television series. I like comedy drama series.
Yeah,
is my favorite shit to
I
watch.
definitely prefer that. I don't like documentaries. I hate documentaries.
Oh, you don't? You don't like to learn?
No, it's because you're not learning.
You went to Florida State.
You're learning the slanted view of the producer. And
But
it's
that's
like,
what's fun.
And then people come out and they're like, you're not gonna believe. Like we talk about the staircase. Like there's no way. And it's like, oh wait, they left out the part that he fucking took out a life insurance policy on her.
Like the
Because
day
that's what they
before he
wanted
killed
to
her.
slant-
But that's
yeah.
that's why it's good because then you get to go online and research the other side of
But
it.
so many people.
Don't.
I guess
A lot of people don't do that.
I
Well,
resent
yeah.
documentaries because so many people don't do that, and then they come up and they're like
Everybody
this is what
thinks they're a
happened.
fucking expert.
I always
Right.
thought the
1 hour
first time
documentary.
Like you're not going to eat red meat because you saw one of the things about how they kill the cows.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
the first time I
That's
watched,
pretty one-sided. They do kill the fucking cows, so I don't know.
yeah. I don't care how they treat them.
I'm
Now.
still
They're
eating it, but
delicious.
yeah.
I listened to the first episode of Serial, and I like stormed into my house because that was probably 10 years ago. Stormed my house. I was like, "Mom, you're not gonna believe what happened. This kid's locked up in D.C. and he didn't kill her. Blah 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 blah." And I listened to the rest of the episodes. I was like, fuck,
This guy did it.
I think he did it.
Yeah, he did it. Yeah, he
Mom,
did it.
I take it back, Mom. Let's leave it alone, please. Let him.
No,
rot.
I like documentaries, but movies wise, I don't know. It's hard for me to go out and see a movie. You know, like unless it's I just Peanut Butter Falcon. I saw that.
That
you
was
know,
great.
I thought that was a good movie. Like I'll go see stuff like that. I just the superhero shit has never been for me. It just never really like got me. It never was a thing where I'm like, God, I gotta see that. I don't know. I miss action movies a lot.
Yeah.
And superhero movies have become action
I
movies.
mean,
what about?
But I miss
Angels
cheesy.
Has Fallen. Or that?
Watched that last night, a couple nights ago.
No.
Or Angel Has Fallen. Or the new
Angel
one.
Has Fallen.
This is exactly what
I
we
miss-
Have
expected.
you seen the other ones?
Yeah, I've seen them on like TBS.
Those
you
are
know,
great action movies.
I just miss old hacky action movies. I miss Jean-Claude Van Damme. I miss Schwarzenegger. I miss the
yeah.
shoot 'em up, no reason.
Yeah.
I miss that. I miss
My favorite
Wick?
thing in the world.
John Wick was
Yeah,
phenomenal.
it was
But
a good
again,
one.
that's not a
That's it.
superhero movie. That's a great action movie. But
yeah.
those come along only what? What is another John Wick?
Yeah.
I mean, they throw the rock and stuff, and they do like, you know, every.
Kind of like, but those are like kind of like too comedy-ish. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
You
I'll
al-
watch
you
all
al-
those Fast and Furious because I think they're hilarious.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
loves
because I think
that,
they're
yeah.
hilarious. They're
Yeah.
the funniest comedy I've ever
They're
seen.
self-aware and they
Yeah,
get into it.
yeah.
But-
That's
but
by the way,
one of
that's the
those
last
action
comedy
movies-
I saw.
Yeah.
But I miss traditional shoot 'em up action movies.
My
I don't,
favorite
you don't
thing
get
is
'em anymore.
how Jean-Claude Van Damme, like every single movie. Like I don't know if I'm watching Bloodsport or Kickboxer or you know what I
same
mean.
movie.
They're all the fucking same.
the
movie.
best part.
They're all good.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you which one's which.
But that's the best part because we got like we also got away from like fun 80s 90s storytelling, typical characters. We don't do those anymore. Where you're like the nerd in school has to get Karate Kid has to get back at the job. Like I love those movies too, but they're all kind of dead. I mean,
Well, they're just rebooting them. Right?
yeah, but there's new intonations of them, but they're not
Yeah.
the same to me. Something was missing. You know what I mean? Like the sheen on them now is not as fun. Yeah, for me, just I
agree.
there's something about those movies that don't click for me.
Yeah, but
anymore.
also don't you think maybe you're just getting older?
Yeah, I'm my
probably
dad.
you.
I'm becoming my dad. No, it is me.
I definitely like.
No, it is. I understand.
I know
yeah.
that I'm that guy.
It's like
now.
I don't like new rap.
Music, yeah,
I get it.
fucking hate new rap.
Yeah,
and
new
I'm
rap
like-
sucks.
And I listen to myself and I'm like, I'm the old guy, but fuck it.
I
it's
support
bad.
it. I
It's bad.
support it, but it's not my. I'm glad that people like it. I'm not going to be like it doesn't deserve to be made. I just like it's just not for me. You know, like I was listening. My cousins showed me Shank West. Do you know or Shank West? Shank West?
Shaq West.
Shaq West? Is that his name? Shaq West?
Fucking Mo
Bamba.
Bamba was
Yeah.
talking about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's very famous. And I listened to it, and I genuinely I was puzzled.
I mean, that's.
I
what
was like, I just
feel
don't
like-
get it, dude.
I
Maybe
feel
I'm.
like it's like my ears and my brain. It just
Yeah.
is different.
But
Like
it's
when
one of
I
those
hear that
things where
noise,
it's
it's bad to me.
But
and
my
I can't
father-
imagine that it's good to you. But
my dad
he said the
years
same thing
later
about my rap. You know?
Yeah, but they would say, but nowadays my dad would go, oh yeah, you know, those guys were pretty poetic in nature. Some of the guys that like of my generation, right? Even if my dad didn't like the music, he understood messages were cool and interesting, and they talked about
wordplay and punchlines.
well, especially because
and
they come from the
messages and
'70s
meaning
music, which was all about like talking about cultural revolutions and anti-war fucking ballads. So at least there was a lot of that, and I think my parents could appreciate later in life that a lot of our generation of what we liked as hip hop was young black men speaking about their world, which is extremely unique from what other people experience. But now, like that Shaq West guy, there isn't even a little message. I want a little I'm rich is fine, but like also tell me other things.
Right.
But
So,
I don't think that's
I don't
even
know.
like. I don't think every song has to have like
No.
Bamba, like is like that's meant to just be in the club like the, oh
Yeah.
and that's like I can't. Do people just listen to that in their headphones?
I'm sure.
I don't really listen to rap, so I don't really know.
I'm sure people listen to it.
I'm sure that's like on their commute.
I thought
you
that
know?
just like that's something you just kind of put on like before a football game.
You would think that, but
but a lot of that music is that. Yeah, a lot of it is just kind of
those,
like
anthem type of
yeah, it's
party
like
songs.
hey, hey, but I don't know what is it. I don't know where what can I do with that? I don't know. Like I just it gets lost on me.
Are you getting in on TikTok, Santino?
No, dude, I tried it for a little while, but it was exhausting.
Yeah, again, too old.
Yeah, it feels like a day
it's just
job.
like
I
it's
feel like I had to
not-
search for stuff. I was
Yeah,
like, I can't. I don't have time
I feel like
for
the
this.
kids just like it's second nature to them. Where I'm like,
Yeah.
you gotta find this effect and this song and the.
No,
it took
I
me like
couldn't do it.
40 fucking minutes to make a video.
Instagram is my ceiling. I get Instagram, I get Twitter, but after
That's
that,
it. I maxed
TikTok is
out, yeah.
I'm out. I gotta
There's only
cash
so
out.
many like social media you can like be a part of.
But I know
Your
it's
brain.
I know it's the shit. I know
that's why I'm
kids
like,
love it.
I want it, but I can't get it. I'm like the only fucking asshole who can't get followers.
I know
on
I should just
TikTok.
hire a guy to TikTok me.
I think that's what you gotta do.
Yeah, but I won't get what he's doing. He'll get millions of views.
Just be like, yeah. Be like,
He'll
hey,
charge me
okay,
$800,000 a year.
bend over this weird way and like
Yeah.
say like shibushka.
Yeah.
Like, hey, all right.
It's like it's going viral, bro.
Hey,
It's going heavy viral.
Smashed it again.
And they're making references. A lot of those TikToks make references to they're ironically to songs that like were popular when we were kids.
Yeah.
So like for them it's a joke, but for us you're like,
That's my
I
life.
really
That was
like
it for
that
me.
song.
Yeah, fuck you. You're mocking my
I
existence.
like Blue Oyster Cult. I don't know why you're shitting on it. Yeah, but I haven't gotten a hold of. Like Snapchat, I got away from too. I like Snapchat for a while because I would get boobs sometimes on the road. You know, that was always fun to catch a
Oh,
couple of
someone
tits.
that's me last night just came up to like, yo, dude, look at my girlfriend, just a naked picture of her.
He said it's my
Really?
girlfriend
Yeah.
too,
Oh,
though. I
ex-girlfriend.
was like, that's you can't be doing this, man.
Dude, some dude after the show last night fingered my ass. Just like came up to me in the fucking. We're like,
If you're watching on Gold, you gotta see his
Yeah,
face.
are you good?
I guess goosed me would be the better phrase. My pants were on. I had a nice barrier in the way.
But he just
But just
right
put
up.
fucking 2 fingers. Just fucking ran
Wow.
around. And then like,
What was the response?
Didn't run or anything. I just turned on. He was just there, and I was like, "What the fuck, man?" And he's like, "Hey, big fan." Like, I guess so.
Oh, not anymore.
I guess so.
Well,
Please
you
don't
can't
be.
be anymore. Yeah.
Please unsubscribe,
Yeah.
unfollow. We don't want your kind.
You got a little can in the pocket there.
Oh
you,
yeah.
You look like a can guy. You do. You're out. You're out
yeah.
front in the cold, snapping one in. You're like, you don't gotta go outside, man.
No, exactly.
No, I want to be with my people. They're doing it this way. I used to do that in college. I used to put dips in to get through papers when I had to write all
Yeah,
night.
it's the best.
It was natural Adderall. It was Adderall for people that like when it didn't really exist when I was in college. Adderall was kind of around,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like it is now. It's not like handed out to everybody.
Fucking candies.
But I would put a big chew in and just sit on my computer and just zone out for hours and go for it.
Yeah, you can get lost in another world. Right?
Triple
Sit there.
spaced. Yeah. Yeah. Do that or DMT and write a paper and see what happens. Have you ever done that? You ever done DMT?
No.
Jesus Christ.
You're too lost in the Rogan world. Is that why you did it?
He's not why, but people of that ilk are why I kind of tried it. I'll never do it again. It was fun. It was something to do.
Check off the list.
I just don't like drugs anymore as much as I like to smoke pot and have a couple of whiskeys, and that's my ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do mushrooms in the desert. And I'll do cocaine if I'm in New York. No, I keep going down the list. I'll do heroin if I'm, in Boston. I'll get some opioids. No, but for me, I think I've just hit a ceiling on drugs. I used to like try drugs when I was young, and then
listen, this is all old man shit. This is all we've aged.
I know. So a little bit of weed and whiskey is kind of my perfect.
So it's a good
perfect
spot
place.
to be.
Yeah, like I still have friends that do Molly. I can't really.
I've only done Molly like twice, and both times.
It's wonderful.
I did it on a Friday night. And I woke up on a Tuesday.
Yeah?
I go.
You sure that was Molly, dude? The Cosby Mansion?
I'll just go out forever. I'm like, yeah, like, dude, we did on Sunday. I'm like, I don't remember Sunday at all, man.
Yeah.
I haven't slept in days.
No, yeah, I topped out my ceiling on drug use. For some reason, I don't have it in me to try them anymore. I'm just scared, really.
Is it because
drugs weren't as bad
anymore?
No, you can trust me. You can get them,
but not get them. For like on the table.
Yeah, you're in the right scene.
Well, cocaine is always going to be around.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cocaine's like an old standby. You know what I mean? It's like your favorite
Old
record.
Faithful.
Yeah, you can always play it. It's always going to be there. But other stuff is you have to get it.
Seek it out.
Yeah,
Right.
you have to go get it. But you know how to get it. But I just think like I don't know. I just get scared. Stories scare me. I don't like pills. I don't like the idea of pills, really.
I don't care for pills.
So a lot of people like pills, and it's not really my shit because I want to know what's going in. Mushrooms, I can see it. Weed, I know what it is. You know what I mean? Like I like to know what I'm ingesting. But a pill, it's like I don't want to take a mystery ride.
What's going on.
I like control. I like to be controlled.
All going around and shit. It's crazy.
Fuck that. Yeah, people die from that shit. I want to have a controlled chaos. I want to have fun, but also I want to know the train's also gonna come to an end.
That's the whiskey. That's where I like to live in that world.
My favorite.
As well.
Yeah.
You know the cycle. You know how it works.
Yeah.
You know what to expect.
And I know how many I like to have. As many as I can. It's terrible. It's terrible.
So all right, the tour is when? When's the kickoff?
In January of 2020. It's all posted up. The tickets were on pre-sale. Now they're all on sale. The Red Rocket tour. I'm going. God, dude, I wish I knew. I'm so dumb, but my team knows. The people that I work with are phenomenal, and you're
going everywhere. Right?
Yeah, I'm doing like 20. I want to say 20 spots, maybe 22 spots, but yeah, like and East Coast people are mad at me because they're like, there's fucking barely any East Coast dates. I'm like, dude, we're working on it. It adds as we go. It's not like it's shut down forever. Yeah, but we just happen to start with like Seattle and Portland and. Philly just got put on there. Boston's gonna get put on there. New York will be at the end of next year in the fall, I think. But we're doing two chunks. I'm doing beginning of the year and then taking off for the summer because I want to go vacation for a little bit, dude. I deserve it. But yeah, I'm tired of traveling. At some point, you're like, I need to travel just to not travel anymore.
I feel that. Yeah.
So, but yeah, the Red Rocket Tour. Go to andrewsantino.com. You can see all my dates are on there. They're lined up, and I don't know. I'm trying to go to as many places as I can that I've never been to, which is fun for me, or never played, so I can get that audience that's always been like, how come you never fucking come through here? So I'm trying to do that and return to places that I love. So it's I'm figuring it out as I go, but it's my first small theater tour, so I hope buy some tickets, dude. Come out and buy some fucking tickets.
Go see Cheeto.
Come out, man. Come see the Cheeto, baby.